Hi, my name is Konstantin, CEO and founder of Karma Media. I want to give you a warm welcome to the advertising course, Full Throttle. I'm super excited for you because through this journey, we're going to learn so many things: how to write ads, how to build high converting funnels, how to optimize your ad campaigns to give you the best possible results that you deserve. And I just want to make sure that you're kind of like feeling comfortable knowing that you're listening to the right person with the right expertise, right? So just want to demonstrate a couple of results that you'll also be able to achieve throughout the course, potentially if you go things by step. So here are a couple of results my agency and I have been able to achieve. So this client in the e-commerce space came on board after working with 7 agencies, believe it or not. And after restructuring their ad account, improving the copy, improving their landing pages, we relaunched a remarketing campaign. And after one day, they spent £168 and got 17 purchases, right? So it's an all right result. It's nothing crazy. But then on day 30, look what happens. Boom. £85,000 in ad spend, and this client got 4,638 purchases at a record low cost per acquisition at £18.42. Then we had another client. Their campaign was struggling and running at around 1 ROAS. On day 1, we had 1.17 ROAS working together with a €14 cost per acquisition. After 7 days, we've improved the copy, same structure, improved the copy, improved the landing pages, restructured the account. Boom, 2.51 ROAS and €9 CPA. This is around 2K euros per day in ad spend. Then we've also done a lot of lead generation campaigns. Here's a client, got 1,090 calls at $73 per call. And they also had a team of appointment setters. So as a result of this campaign, it was a 2-step funnel, which we're also going to share with you how to do this in the course. We've been able to generate 7,000 leads that the appointment setters could call and generate even more calls on the back of that. Here's another lead generation campaign, 9,661 leads at $9.91 for a service-based business. So we had to stop this campaign multiple times to facilitate catch-up. And I'm incredibly fortunate because throughout my advertising career, I've been able to manage over $10 million in advertising ad spend across YouTube ads and Facebook ads. And this resulted in us being hired by some of the top advertisers in the space. For instance, clients like none other than Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels, right? So this is an ad that myself and my team wrote for ClickFunnels. It's for his new book launch, The Linchpin book. And the headline is here, a free book reveals the 100 million a year unicorn funnel. And I think it's an amazing ad because of the creative in itself is super funny. And then we also link the headline, the unicorn funnel, with the potential benefit that the end user can get from the course, from the book. So it's a really cool creative, and we're currently testing hundreds of kind of like ad sets and campaigns right now. But it wasn't always like that, right? I don't come from an advertising background. My dad isn't like some copywriter or some crazy advertiser. I come from very humble beginnings, and I grew up in Kazan, which is a city in the center of Russia, in a 1-bedroom apartment. It's very common for Russian people to live with their whole family in kind of like a 1-bedroom apartment. But I'm very thankful, very grateful. Here's a few pictures of myself playing with the toys that I had. And this is my mom. She instructs me how to build, how to construct a particular toy. And also, we're already back then playing with airplanes, aircraft. And this is my father, myself, and my only friend that I had back then. And just so you know that this picture was also taken during the New Year's Eve. So guess what happened to my friend during the evening, right? My father put my friend into the oven for the family dinner. And this was kind of one of my childhood memories back then. But I love my father and my mother deeply because, you know, they've done so much for me. They eventually made the decision to move to the Netherlands, to go from Russia to the Netherlands, and that's where I grew up. And 20 years later, I graduated as an aviation engineer. So I've gone through the high school education system, got the degree, and after 4 years, I was like, you know what? I want to explore the world. I want to travel and potentially get a job abroad. And that's exactly what I did. I went to Australia with the thought in mind that I'm going to be an aviation engineer, work somewhere at Boeing potentially, or some other aircraft manufacturer, and do really well, right? But that's completely the opposite happened. When I arrived, there weren't that many jobs for kind of the type of visa I was on, and I had to work, you know, crazy sales jobs. I was working as a banana and avocado picker. Here's a ladder that I used, which was like 2 meters tall, and you had to climb on the ladder. And while you're standing there, you're picking the fruit, and your supervisor is shouting, "You have to go faster! You have to go faster! Otherwise, you just get fired!" Right? And it was just like a crazy job that I had, which I've been doing for over 6 months, which is ridiculous. But during this trip, I also met my girlfriend. You know, I was thinking of the future as well for myself and her. Like, what are we gonna do? Me being a banana picker, working like random sales jobs. So what I've decided to do is educate myself further, and apply for a pilot course, which I've done and completed. But then I had another realization, which was kind of all pilots amongst our school, they were completely broke. And also the flight instructors, they didn't have that much money either. The only person that I looked up to was the owner of the flight school that had the nice Mercedes, that had the freedom, the nice, you know, the amazing house and everything like that. And that's when I thought, you know what, after this course, I want to start my own e-commerce brand and work online, just make money online, travel the world. And that's kind of exactly what I did. And 8 months later, I was able to scale my own e-commerce brand to over 6-figure months, which was an amazing achievement, which opened so many different doors for me in the advertising space, because I had the confidence and expertise of scaling my own business, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads profitably, which I was able to apply to different businesses, brands, and different opportunities. So that's kind of like long story short. And, you know, many years later, here I am, you know, right at the beach. This is like kind of the dream office that I've always been dreaming of, doing every single day work that I absolutely love, helping amazing clients with their advertising. And it's just a dream come true experience. But more importantly, through the process of me becoming like an advertising expert, running Karma Media, I was able to help the people that were most important to me, such as my mom. Remember the picture where she was already instructing me and playing with me with airplanes and stuff like that? For her birthday, I was able, for instance, fly her over to Australia and gift her this amazing koala encounter experience where you get very close with a koala. And just look at the picture right here. It's just like the emotional connection that my mom is building with the koala. It's just absolutely priceless. And that's just something that money cannot buy. And my dad will put my only friend in the oven. I love him deeply. But him and I and my family, we've been able to travel a lot together. This is just one of the many pictures of our travel pictures in front of the Mount Fuji during the premium Sakura season, which is the cherry blossom season. I highly recommend you, if you ever get a chance, to get there around April. That's when the blossoms flower, and it happens only like for 7 days throughout the whole year. So it was a very special event. And and yeah, such things are just something that money cannot buy. And of course, my girlfriend back then, Kimberlyn, who I'm now happily married to, we've been also able to travel around the world, do amazing things, and I'm just very thankful for all of her support and and joy that we had throughout the many years. So I can show you many more photos, but the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm just incredibly thankful for the opportunities that I had within my advertising career, and I've gone through so many YouTube content. I've purchased tens of thousands worth of training, hired mentors, and done so many different things. I went down the rabbit hole of direct response marketing. I've studied the advertising greats like Gary Halbert, David Ogilvy. I've studied a lot of work, done a lot of research, and I wanted to create an amazing course that I'm here to present to you, which is my gift to the world, which is this very simple, a complete advertising course that anyone can do. My mom, like, you know, any person from the street, but it will be also applicable to clients, for instance, like ClickFunnels that do over 100 million a year. And with the intention to help you understand advertising, help you improve your advertising performance, and also base ourselves in what actually matters with advertising. It's the underlying principles that make advertising work, right? It's not the Facebook ad, like ad account CBO structure, or the YouTube ad, you know, one campaign, one ad set structure. It's not about that. It's about the human psychology. What is it that people want? How can you craft your message in a way that is compelling to them, that makes them exciting to buy your products and services, right? That's what it's all about, and that's what we're going to focus on in this course on human psychology. So we have a long shelf life of this course. I don't want to create a course that I have to recreate every single month, right? And that's why it's going to be so incredibly impactful. We're going to focus on market research, of course, copywriting, and we're going to package this whole program in 3 different modules. Module 1, engineering, and you might be asking, what are we going to engineer? And that's a really good question. What we're going to engineer is we're going to find out exactly what your target audience wants, exactly what your competitors are doing, and we're going to use that powerful intel to create the best possible offer for your business, right? And I don't care if you're currently spending $50 a day or $50,000 a day on ads. That constant iteration and constant testing is incredibly important if you want to get the best advertising results for your business, which is also the reason why brands like ClickFunnels hire us, so we can write them new copy, we can come up with new creative ideas. It's a constant process of iteration, and the better you know your market, the better you know your competitors, and the better your offer is, the better things flow for you down the line. So that's module 1 for you. And the reason also why we're going to focus so deeply on human psychology as opposed to like an ad account structure and whatnot is because for the last 100 years, nothing really has changed. Have a look at this picture right here. People sitting in the train, reading their newspaper. This is 2023, people in the train, not reading a single newspaper, but they're all glued to their phone, right? So it's the exact same scenario where people are distracted, people's attention are towards something that they're interested in, except for the device, right? The newspaper versus the mobile phone. And even now we're going through a deeper transition, which is the VR, right? So I predict that in the future, and I'm sure you're aware in Australia, our time is like one day forward compared to majority of the places in the world. So we actually live in the future. That's why I can actually predict these things and say things. But I think what's going to happen in the future, and we already see this with like Google Glass and stuff like that, where there's just going to be like apps in your glasses, and while you're walking, there's going to be like crazy stuff happening. I believe that's kind of going to be the next tech that we're going to apply and use in our day-to-day lives. And we're already using it, like the VR headsets, etc. But the underlying principles, why people buy things, why they're watching it, they're all the same. That's why we're going to focus on psychology and the craft of being able to persuade and influence people's decisions. But I also want to give you a big warning, because what we're going to learn in this course is incredibly powerful and can be used in the wrong way. Here's an ad in the 50s, once again, of Marilyn Monroe. She got hired as an influencer, obviously, to promote Lucky Strike cigarettes, right? So we've got a huge authority figure promoting smoking, essentially, right? And back then this was all legal, but we all know that smoking isn't the healthiest thing to do. And it got even so far that even doctors were used as influencers to promote specific brands of, here's an ad: more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. So even doctors back then were promoting smoking, which is just absolutely crazy. And the last thing I want with this course is that people sell like an affiliate marketing product. It's just like a weight loss gimmick, like, I don't know, like something weird that deep inside you know that it's not going to benefit anyone, but still people sell it because it sells, right? And those people are not going to be welcome in our full throttle program, right? So that's kind of like a brief warning for you. Then during this module, we're going to understand the critical components of your advertising funnel, right? Whatever you're selling, e-commerce, info products, lead generation funnel, you will be dealing with conversion metrics. And it's incredibly important to understand how to influence those metrics in your benefit to create a better result, reduce your cost per acquisition, increase your return on ad spend. That's what we all want, right? And really the psychology behind those metrics, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you a few killer advertising funnels that are currently working in the space that you can model off and potentially get help with as well. So that's going to be done in module 2. And in module 3, that's when really the rubber is going to meet the road. And we're going to go absolutely bananas. We're going to go full throttle together, of course, with my instructions. We're going to go full throttle. We're going to launch the ads that we've created in module 1, the funnels that we created and optimized in module 2. And we're going to go super hard, and we're going to potentially, scale your business to the high heavens. So there is also going to be support available in this program. On the top right corner for you, there is going to be an option to join our community, and I warmly welcome you into the community to engage with fellow advertisers, share ideas, ask for help, and join the Q&A calls as well. That is going to be available for you in the future to attend. Have a live one-on-one session with myself, or even someone from our team eventually. So that's going to be the support channels. And also, and this is not a secret, right? The reason why I created this course as well is to display our expertise, to show how to do things, how you can do this, and you have all the tools necessary to produce amazing advertising results for yourself. But there's going to be a lot of people coming through the doors that just have more money than they have time, and they're going to be like, what, Konstantin and the team from Karma Media, they've created such an amazing course. Let me hire those guys to do my marketing, right? That's kind of eventually what our intention is with the course. So let me walk you through the action items as well for this lesson, and then I'll leave you to it. The first one is basically, join the community and briefly introduce yourself, ask a lot of questions, give a lot of value as well. Don't just be one of those people that just keep asking things. And also the last one is potentially invest in done-for-you services, copywriting, advertising, so that you can get ahead much faster. And that's only for people, you know, if you got more money than time on your hands. So thank you so much for sticking me through this introduction. I'm really excited to see you in the next module, which is module 1. And I'll chat to you soon in there. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.